Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Number One coming to you in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua with a lesson. First and foremost, I'm going to start off as always by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal HaKodash. Double honors as always goes to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all the brothers out there, the elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, and also to the great multitude destined for salvation. So I just wanted to do a little lesson on this topic here. So it's called the replacement theory, man. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I saw a little video that inspired me to do this, man. And it basically was showing how, it was. What was it talking? It was talking about there was a long story short, there was a Jamaican lady back in the, I believe it was like the 60s or something like that. Was it the 60s? Yeah, it must have been around the 60s, 70s in England, and she was the first black woman to be on the news, man. To be like a like a journalist presenter type thing on the news, and after being on the news for a while, she they started writing letters to the broadcasting company, telling them how the Edomites, these devils, didn't like it, so they started writing letters to the broadcasting company to get her off the air, man. So after a while, instead of saying, okay, we're not having this, let's keep this, let's keep this woman on the air. This is what we brought her on the air for, to be, whatever you want to call it, diverse or whatever. But no, they folded. So she ended up, getting a sack, and then, she had a couple other minor jobs like that. But the same thing was occurring. And she said she went to Birmingham to do the same type of job, and she said it was even worse in Birmingham, man. So she ended up leaving and going back to Jamaica. But long story short, she was just talking about how it was in Birmingham, and then they showed some clips of people, Edomites, these devils, talking about how, they don't want too many of us around because they, in case we take over, and there should only be a minority of them here because we want to make sure that it remains white, and because they're scared, man. This is the point I'm trying to make of this lesson. These devils are afraid of being replaced. They're scared of that recompense, man. I remember this guy, who I think is a Jake. He's kind of a big, he's kind of like, big, fat, bearded. He looks like an Edomite, man, but I don't think he is. His name is, I can't remember his name. But he's always talking about the oppression of our people, man. And he's always talking about how he talked about, black vengeance. He called it, man. He said that's what white people are afraid of, man. Because he grew up around racist white people. His whole family was like that. But yeah, man. So that's basically what I'm trying to say is they're afraid of this so-called black vengeance, man. They're afraid of what they've done to us is what we're gonna do to them, right? And so they should be afraid, because there's balance, man. The Lord has created balance, and what you reap, that which you reap, you should also sow, man. So they've reaped a whole lot of wickedness and oppression against the apple of the Lord's eye, man. The children of Israel, man. The real children of Israel. Not them people over there claiming that land, trying to, who are over there oppressing another people. As well as having a constant manifesto and mission to oppress the real children of Israel, man. That's their number one target. All right. So yeah, these Edomites, man, they're afraid of being replaced. And like I said, so they should be. You know, when you do wicked stuff, man, to other people, of course you're gonna think about that. It's gonna be on your mind all the time, and you're always gonna be fearing them turning around and doing what um what they've done unto you. You know, the Lord called Jacob a worm, man. You know, and there's a saying that the worm turns, or the worm has turned. What that means, that the oppressed, turns around and gets its own back on its oppressor, man. Basically, like, you got to picture it as in the, what is it? There's a saying that the early bird catches the worm, man. But that's the point. So it's like the worm has turned against, because the worm is powerless against the bird when it comes down in the morning to eat it, man. But now the worm has turned, meaning the worm has now got the power, man. And that's what's going to happen. We're going to get that power. They're going to be turned into the oppressed. We like to say that they're going to be the new niggers, man, because that's what they painted us as, right? So that's going to be them. So anyway, let me read some of this. So this is the replacement theory, right? This is in the Britannica. And it says replacement theory, also called Great Replacement Theory or Great Replacement, in the United States and certain other Western countries whose populations are mostly white or Edomite, a far-right conspiracy theory. And I don't believe it's far-right. The majority of these Edomites feel that, whether they're far-right, left, or whatever, man. They secretly fear. I keep thinking of things, man. There's that Public Enemy album that came out in the 80s, man. Fear of a Black Planet. That's what they have, a fear of a so-called, I want to say so-called Black Planet, man. That's what they have a fear of. Because they painted themselves as the majority. But really and truly on this earth, when it comes to hue, melanin, color, skin tone, they are the minority, man. So it says, whose populations are mostly white, a far-right conspiracy theory, alleging in one of its versions that left-leaning domestic or international elites, on their own initiative or under the direction of Jewish co-conspirators, are attempting to replace white citizens with non-white, i.e. black, Hispanic, Asian, or Arab immigrants. The immigrants' increased presence in white countries, as the theory goes, in combination with their higher birth rates as compared with those of whites, will enable new non-white majorities in those countries to take control of national, political, and economic institutions, to dilute or destroy their host countries' distinctive cultures and societies, and eventually to eliminate the host countries' white populations. Some adherents of replacement theory have characterized these predicted changes as white genocide. Right? And look, man, what they don't understand is, and what these far right Edomites don't understand, is that Amalek, them JOOs, man, they're the head of their house. They're the head of their house, and they're all the same, man. They're all the same, right? And they don't, and ultimately they're the ones ruling, right? They're the elites that are ruling, man. So let me see. I don't need to read too much of this, because the point I want to make is the fear. But let's read a bit more. It says the conception of non-white immigrants in terms of negative racial and ethnic stereotypes has been commonplace in many white majority countries, and the notion that non-white immigrants and even long-established non-white communities threaten the freedom and well-being of whites has been a battle cry among white racists. Likewise, to claim that national governments or unspecified elites are secretly directing the replacement and eventual elimination of whites has circulated among fringe groups of white supremacists, anti-Semites, and other right-wing extremists since at least the late 19th century. And this anti-Semite business, man, there's no such thing. The scriptures tell you the sons of Noah Ham, Shem, and Japheth, man. And it's Shem, it's not Sem. So they basically created their own version solely directed towards them so they can get that political and media protection. But anyway, this is not about them, man. This is about their fear, and like I said in the beginning, they're right to have a fear, man. So let me get into the scriptures anyway, man. Started Deuteronomy chapter 30. I'll start from the top actually. And it says, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord hath driven thee. So we're amongst all the nations, man. Alright, we're not the real Israel. Israel is not in, you know, in and amongst Jerusalem and them other places, you know, where they've claimed or where they've been given land by the British government, right? The returning hasn't occurred yet, all right? And shalt return unto the Lord thy power, unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power have scattered thee. So that compassion has been lost on us first, you know, because of what we've sinned against the Lord, man. Right? That's the reason why we're not recognized as his people, and we have to scatter and we're under these curses, man. If any of that, this is verse 4, if any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Right? So that hasn't happened yet, like I said. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy power with thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? So it's going to come a time now when the Lord redeems his people. And you can see the breakdown of Esau's power and his society already, man. Their childbirth rates are low. Their governments are weakening. You know, the nations are turning against them. They're clowns, man. The leaders of these Western Edomite societies, man. Their leaders are weak and they look like clowns, man. You know, they're pushing all their madness on the earth, all their evil doctrines, you know, in desperation. You know, they're clamoring right now. They're clamoring, you know, scraping, to fighting to keep hold of their power, man. But it's coming to an end. That which they fear the most is about to occur. And from the highest to the lowest understand it and feel that same fear, man. You know, do you think these Edomites, these everyday Edomites walking around, they think they don't understand their privileges that they have in this world due to the wickedness of their forefathers and the leaders of their nations? And verse 8 says, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy power will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good, For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. So all these things that we just read there in that verse, that's how the Edomites are living, man. You know, plenteous. You know, they're fruitful, man. You know, they get riches. It's easy for them, man, because they have that blessing right now. So they have the fruits of the earth, man. Is their, that's their blessing, man. You know, whereby, Jake is, Israel is scraping, scraping to get by, man. Majority, and not only scraping to get by, but also we're frowned upon, man. So it might be different if we've still had some respect in this world. We have nothing. We have no respect. We have no power. We have no means to rise above, other than Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Verse 10 says, If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul. Right? So Moses is dealing out the facts, man. Simple instructions, man. People like to use an acronym for the word Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth, man. Right? These are basic instructions that the great Moses was dealing out through the Spirit, and we just turned our back on it, man. But yeah, let's get something else, because let's get Joel 3, and I start at 1. It says, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh's judgment, and will lead them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. So this is why. This is one of the many reasons why you Edomites are going down. All right. This is not happening. This is not like how can I put it? This displacement that is about to occur, and that feeling of dread that you Edomites have, is all through the Spirit, man. All right. We're not even in control of it. The Lord is going to do this, man. That word that you like to throw around in this world, karma, man. It's going to come back on you, man. That's what it's about. You can't go through this world and do things and not expect some recompense of the wickedness that you do. Whatever you do, man. You can't get away with it forever. It says, Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Right? The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. It says, Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your own recompense upon your own head. So going back to that gathering from all nations, man. Right? Where we've been, the diaspora. And I will sell your sons and daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. So yeah, see what's going to happen, man. It's like It's going to be almost a mirror image, except that we will do things in righteousness, man. You know, there ain't going to be no buck breaking, no breeding between mothers and sons. You know, family members, no split. You know, all the wickedness that you did, right? We have rules, man. That's why we have the Heavenly Father, man. He's our power, and He instructs us on how to live. That's why this world is out of shape, because you're in charge. But yeah, your recompense upon your own head is coming, man. That great replacement that you fear so much. You're right to fear it. It's only natural. You understand that, and there ain't no stopping it. Let's go to Job 20, and I'll start at 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish for ever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night." So you're going to be forgotten, man. You know, Obadiah, man, 1 and 18. Obadiah 1 and 18, that's what is going to happen to you, man. Yeah, after you serve your due punishment, it's goodbye, nation of Edom, man. Idumea will be gone forever. Verse 9 says, "The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods." You know, you got a lot of people, Edomites out here trying to fight for the rights of, um, the oppressed black people. That's that guilt, man. You know, because they're scared. You know, they're scared. It's like they're always looking toward asking us, how do we solve racism? Look, there ain't no solving racism, man. We're racist, all right? Because we're for our race. We're for our people, man. All right. The same things the same punishment that we've held, they're gonna have to hold that. The Lord talks about that mixture, man. The dregs, they're gonna have to drink the dregs, man. There ain't no let's talk reparations and all that stuff. We don't want your stinking reparations, man. But what we want is revenge. And we want the kingdom. And we want to see you in shackles, just like you did to us, man. There's no amount of money that you don't have that, Esau. You don't have that, man. I could read more, but the point is made there anyway. And I've got a few more. Um, I've got a few more scriptures on deck to just get out before I close this one out. In fact, let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. I've got one set up here already. Well, I did have, but hey, that's cool. So I'm going to start at 2 Ezra 6 and 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that's it. That shows you blatant, a straight swap, man. Right, when Esau's world comes to an end, that's when our world truly begins. That's when we'll be in our true power, man. With our power behind us, man. Untouchables. Full of righteousness, because it'll be written in our hearts. All the nations under our feet, man, where they're supposed to be. And it sounds supremacist, but that's just the fact of the matter, man. That's how the Lord has set it up. He's chosen us. Deuteronomy 7:6 tells you that. And what 14:2, I believe. It talks about that in 2nd Ezra 6:54, which I'm in 2nd Ezra 6 anyway, so I'm probably going to grab that real quick just to show you, man, that there is supremacy, all right? The world has always been set up with supremacy. There's always people above other people. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's how you treat. If you're a ruler, man, a true king knows how to treat his subjects, man. And Esau is a whack king, a whack ruler. It's awful. There's no idea on how to rule. He rules with an iron fist, with no mercy. How can you have a nation to rule over and you do nothing but oppress your own nation and weaken your own people, man? What sort of king does that? Verse 10 says, the hand of the man is betwixt the heel and the other. I don't need to read that, actually. The point has been made this second. So I'll read that again. So it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So there's a transfer of the kingdom, man. What's that scripture go again? One second. Let's just go down to 6:54. It's gonna go on longer than I expected, but hey, if you've got no patience, you're gonna stick around. So 2nd Ezra 6:54 says, after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. And Adam, that's Yahweh Shai, man. For those that don't know, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. How can it not be Yahweh Shai, man? That's the Lord's son. How can he not be Lord of all creatures when he's Lord of all creatures and all beings now? It says, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. So there's that supremacy I was talking about, man. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, slacker, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the Lord don't give two shits about these other nations, alright? Simple. Plain and simple, man. We Christians marching around talking about God loves everyone. No, he doesn't. There's a great portion of his people right now that he is gonna destroy, right, and bring them back, man, before the wickedness. So if he can do it to his own people, what's he gonna do to the heathens, man? Anyway, as I'm in the Apocrypha, let me just get what I was thinking about. So Sirach 10. And 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So you can't. You expect to hold on to your ill-gotten gains, man. Esau, it's not how it works. So there's going to come a time where all this you built up, it's going to be taken from you, and you will be replaced by your opposite. We're your opposite, man. You're the evil twin. Two more, and I'm gonna close. So let's get Daniel first. Daniel 7:18. Quick one here. And it says, and I love reading this, man. It's so simple, but it sounds so beautiful. All right. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Once we take this kingdom, man, there is no uprising of Esau, Edom, Idumea. Right? There's no uprising, man. It's over for eternity. There is no coming back. Right? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. I love the way that the Lord inspires the words to be put together like that, just to pound it in to you, to get that message across. Forever, even forever and ever. That's just to let you know that once that happens, it's through for everyone else, man. And I'm going to finish in Psalms 149. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. And we're singing that new song, man. We ain't singing that old bullshit song about God loves everyone and everyone can be saved and we're already saved and Yahweh Shai is all love, or Jesus Christos is all love. And no, we're not singing that, man. We're singing about the prophecies, man. Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, the mark. So we're singing about World War III and the captivity of the heathens, man, and the downfall of Esau. We're singing who the real Israelites are, man. The Lord's people. And we're singing how it's for them only. That's that new song, man. It says, let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and the harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. And the meek shall inherit the earth, man. That he'll beautify us with salvation, man. That when that happens, our bodies will be changed, our hearts will be changed. People will know us. They'll know who we are, man. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. And that two-edged sword is what? The scriptures, man. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints praise ye the Lord. So that honor goes to the elect, man. All right, we're going to take great pleasure in overturning this place, man. Turning it like just turning everything upside down on these devils, man. You know, you will be replaced. And that's what I'm going to name this video. You will be replaced, Esau. That's what I'm going to name it, man. You know, and it's soon come, man. So yeah, you're right. You're right to be afraid. Your theory, although it's misplaced, your theory to some degree has some truth to it. But this is not down to the power of the small hats. It's down to the power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, man. He was never going to be permanently a permanent resident in the throne, man. Anyway, that's all I got, man. That's all I got on that. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to finish by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kahakadash. And I'll say Shalom until the next lesson. Shalom.